everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome to my humble stamping bench, also known as the kitchen table, where today we are going to stamp up some 1 ounce Backyard Bullion logo bars, or my channel bars I suppose you could call them. Now it's been a while since we made these. It was February 2018 when we did the 2018 edition, so it's well over 18 months since we've done them, and I've finally gotten around to finding some time in this last couple of weeks to start pouring them. We've got about 30 of them here on the table. Not going to stamp them all here on this video, but we're going to stamp a couple and see how they turn out, and then hopefully within the next, I'd say 3-4 weeks, they're going to be finished and ready. So if you're interested in them, do let me know. You can drop me an email. If you've got some from last year, then let me know if you want to pick up some for 2019. Before we crack on with that though, I wanted to share this update of the big monster kilo, absolutely stunning piece that I have made a couple of weeks ago. It's finally come back from the Edinburgh Assay Office with its laser etched hallmark. So you can see here the hallmark is really big. The reason we went for a laser etched big hallmark is because our regular 2mm hallmark is just going to look far too small on this bar. So we've made a feature of it on the side here so you can see it when it's sat on the table, and I think it looks great. This laser etching is stunning, and you can really feel the tactile nature of it. It's really very deep laser etched, which is awesome. We've also stamped up the reverse of the bar as well, 1 kg plus, that's the name of the series. The owner has selected the name Arendelle, which was suggested by one of our subscribers, so thank you for that. And the weight here, 1050 grams of 909 fine silver, made in 2019. Now the good news is that's all done and ready to be shipped off to its new owner. As much as I don't want it to go, I love it. But the good news is that we will be creating some more kilo bars. We've got 4 new kilo plus pre-orders already put in, so a huge thank you to the people who've already supported those, and those will hopefully be coming over the next week or two, maybe even as early as next weekend. I haven't fully worked out my schedule for next week, but if you ever needed a good enough reason to subscribe to my channel, surely that is enough to see some more kilo plus bars of silver being made. But anyway, that is for the future. Today, it's all about stamping some 1 ounce bars. Now, stamping silver is always fun. It's a little bit noisy, so there will be some banging noise today, much to the dismay of my neighbours, no doubt. And I'm using this tiny little jeweler's block. You have probably seen, if you've watched my channel for a while, me use the big anvil. For these small size pieces, you really don't necessarily need the big anvil. This jeweler's block just does the job fine, and it's a nice cheap thing that you can find off eBay. We're using some pre-made stamps here that I've had engineered from M. Shaw Engraving. I think we've got the details of them on here. M. Shaw Engraving, you can see there. They're based in Sheffield, really high quality stamp makers. In fact, I've just ordered my 2020 stamps from them this last week, and really looking forward to that. So we are going to crack on with some of these Backyard Bullion logo bars. So stamping silver is always a nerve-wracking thing for me. Even now with 3 years of experience, I always get a little bit nervous. Loud bang coming. About putting stamps on silver, because you really only get one shot at it, and if you mess it up, or if you put it on upside down, or if your hand slips or the hammer slips, it can go wrong, which is always a shame if you've got a really nice piece like this big kilo bar. When we were stamping that, I was nerve-wracking. I was really nervous that I'd get something wrong, or I'd put the spelling wrong, or a letter upside down or something, but it all came out okay. So stamping silver still gets my heart racing, especially when I'm doing it live on camera like with this here. Hopefully we won't mess anything up live. That one looks pretty cool. That's the 1 ounce Backyard Bullion bar, and I think they look really good this year. I mean, if we're using the same kind of theme as we did last year with an all-in-one sort of stamp for OZT, but this year we've got the 2019 date all in one go, so I think it looks really good. I think it looks very professional. We'll have the hallmark underneath the 2019 and a serial number on the side. We're going to be making 50 of these all told across the next couple of weeks. We've got about 30 here on the table, and I'm actually in the middle of a pouring session right now, so I will hopefully get a bunch of these poured later today, and then maybe in about 2 or 3 weeks time, once they're back from hallmarking, they'll be available. So if you are interested in purchasing any of these, then you can let me know. You can get in touch by email. I'm not putting any of these up on my website yet, because we've also got to decide how to work it out with previous owners of previous bars. because I like the idea of previous owners being able to have the same serial numbers as last time. So I guess what I'm trying to say is if you've got some of the 2018 editions and you'd like to pick up some of the 2019 editions, then feel free to get in touch and we can sort that out in pre-order. But there always does come a time when the general release will happen, and that's probably going to be in about 3 or 4 weeks time, because they do need to go up to the Edinburgh Assay office, which takes at least 2 weeks turnaround, sometimes more depending on how busy the Edinburgh Assay office actually is. And then after they come back, I've got to antique them all. And if you've ever antiqued a piece of silver, a piece of poured silver, you know that it takes quite a bit of time, and it's quite laborious. So doing 50 pieces takes its toll, and that's one of the reasons why we haven't upped the mintage. I mean, there's a couple of other reasons why as well. You know, we want to try and keep these as low mintage as possible so that they are special. But at the same time, you know, we want to also make sure that we can do other things throughout the rest of the year with our kind of limited turnover that we have to work with here in the Backyard Bullion business. So yeah, that's the whole sort of summary of these 1 ounce bars. I think they're really cool. They look really cool. They're actually some of my favourite pieces to make because just of their size and their dinkiness. I really like them, especially when you get a bunch of them together. This is really very cool indeed, and I'm very fortunate that we can make 50 of these and have them, and then you know, I can enjoy them all at once, get them all out on the table so that they're all nice, shiny and done and finished and looking great. Take some nice photos, because that's another thing I really like to do. I love my photography, always have done, and it's really good to be able to get those nice photos for kind of like a portfolio of posterity of things that we've done. And I've tried to keep my website up to date as best as possible with a bunch of the different portfolio items that we've done over the last couple of years. And I do have a photo database of the 2018 edition bars, and we're going to do the same thing for 2019, because every bar is completely unique, as you'll see here. Like the ripples on each one vary slightly, and you know, every single bar is different. Every single bar is completely unique as well. Every single bar has a unique weight to it. 1 ounce is the minimum here, but these are tricky little so-and-sos to pour. They are not easy to get around the 1 ounce mark. And for me, there's always a decision to be made about how much kind of leeway we give. Of course, you can't go under the 1 ounce. If you are pouring a 1 ounce bar, ultimately it's got to be 1 ounce minimum. So nothing's more frustrating than pouring a bar and it coming out at 0.99 of an ounce. That's very, very annoying. But sometimes you get bars which are about 1.07 or 1.08, and the question is, do you let those go through? And of course, you know, if you sit there and try and pour exactly 1 ounce 50 times, you'll probably pour 300 bars before you get that. So the amount of extra time and energy that it takes to do that is always a balance. So I know I've let a few bars go through here which are around the 1.07, 1.08 mark, so there's a bunch of free silver in there for some people, but that's just part of sort of doing business. You know, you always need to have a margin of error, and I'd rather have 50 really nice looking bars which, you know, have that kind of feel and look to them, like these ripples. They've come out really nice and clean from the furnace, than just some, you know, generic pieces of silver. That's what the Backyard Bullion brand is about, having a really nice looking piece of silver. And that is ultimately what we're trying to achieve here, some really nice pieces, and I hope you guys are enjoying all the banging noises. I know my neighbours will probably not be as keen on this, so I think I might just wrap it up for the moment. When I have large amounts of pieces to make like this, I try and space out the banging noises as much as I can, because it probably is quite frustrating. So we'll leave it there for today. That is 8 of those done already, and I will be stamping up the rest as we go throughout the rest of the next couple of days, and hopefully sharing with you guys an update on these in a couple of weeks' time. If you are interested in them, please feel free to email me. My email address is byb@backyardbullion.com, and we can look to work something out. I will probably try and reach out to people who've already got one of these from 2018 and see if you are interested in them. If you don't hear from me, then please feel free to get in touch. Otherwise, these will be going on sale, general release, in probably about 3 or 4 weeks' time, so stick around for updates on them. Otherwise, that is all I have to say today. If you want to see more about kilo bars, let me know. I love making them, or I loved making this one. It was very nerve-wracking, but I did enjoy making it. And I'm excited and nervous again still for making the others that are coming out, hopefully in the next week or two, so should be a good one. Otherwise, have a fantastic week ahead. Thank you one and all for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please put a thumbs up on it and share it around on your social media. That would be very helpful for everything that we do here on our channel. And subscribe if you want to see more videos. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic week. And please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.